One of the rewards that we get for solo raids is these profile pictures that you guys are looking at right now. Every single time we defeat a dark side, we get one of these profile pictures, which means that in total, there's going to be 8 different dark sides, or in other words, 8 different tiers because there's 8 different profile pictures. Now, we also know that every single tier contains 5 different levels in it, and every single level also contains 5 different bosses in it as well, which means that at minimum, in order to defeat one tier, and this is assuming that every single pip that we use means that you're going to be able to defeat that boss or sub-boss that you're fighting, means that it would take 25 battles to defeat one tier. Again, keep in mind that this is assuming that every single boss that we fight, we get to defeat them in one pip alone. This is going to be very important, and I'll explain why in 1 second. So if it takes us 25 battles at minimum to defeat one tier, that means that in order to defeat all of the 8 tiers in solo raids, it would take us at least 200 pips. Now, this is a really big problem, because if we look at how many pips and how much time we have to defeat this event, it's literally impossible to do so, because we get 30 days to defeat this event, and every single day we get 6 pips. So 30 times 6 is 180. We're only getting 180 pips when the minimum, the absolute minimum requirement to defeat all of solo raids is 200 pips. And remember what I said about only 200 pips. This is assuming that every single battle that we fought, every single boss that we fought, we would defeat them in one pip alone. And I think we can all agree that once we start getting up to tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, all of those tiers, that's pretty much impossible. So even if we had 200 pips in these 30 days, it still wouldn't even be close to enough. It wouldn't even be close to what we needed. So keep in mind this. This is what I'm really saying. If you were able to defeat every boss right now, every boss, tier 1 through tier 8, in one punch alone, you still wouldn't finish tier 8. I don't know what NetherRealm was thinking, but they basically gave us about 1/3 of the actual amount of pips that we actually need in order to defeat solo raids. That, or at least they should have given us more time. Now, I do know that they're going to extend the amount of time that this event is going to go on, but that's only because of all the problems that people have been having. That's only because of all the pips that people lost because of that really stupid error that like 99% of the players were getting. And so that's not a pretty good excuse. If that's what they planned, well, then that's messed up, because that means that they've been planning this the whole time and they're pretty much wasting our time. And also, they're probably not going to extend the time of this event for that long. Maybe 2 weeks at most. And even then, that's still not even close to enough of the amount of pips that we need to defeat tier 8. The only explanation that would solve all of this is assuming that this event is going to go away and then it's going to come back again and it'll leave us off where we left off. However, because NetherRealm hasn't confirmed this or hasn't pretty much told us anything about this event and what's going to happen after it ends, whether or not it's going to be gone forever or whether or not it's going to come back, it just really does lead me to assume that after this event is over, it's done. I mean, there's a timer and there's no, emphasis to tell us that it's going to be coming back. So yeah, this is just a really big mistake from NetherRealm. But even if Solo Raids does manage to come back after, the event is over, I've said it many times before that there's still a lot more problems in Solo Raids, like for example, the difficulty of the sub-bosses and some of their buffs just doesn't make any sense at all. And if this is true, what I just said about not having enough pips and the event not coming back, which does seem to be the case from what I can see, this is a really fucked up event. Like, this is way worse than what we thought it was. But, whatever. I guess, what could we expect? It's NetherRealm. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe and stay clean. And thank you guys for watching. I know I've been complaining a lot, but to be fair, it's really hard to talk about. You guys know me. I always talk about the positives when they do something right. I even mentioned all of the really great things that come with this, Solo Raids event. But that's still not enough. It's still not enough. Not even close.